Listen, I have been convinced that this might be the rabbit hole. 2 feet jump off the diving board head first into, because the last song was a banger, so I expect nothing less out of this one.
So when the metal hit his mug, he just sunk in place. 100K holla, chillin' Bahamas. Come home to your crib and throw in your mama.
What is good, HollaSquad? We are the latest spot on the YouTube platform. This today we're back with another reaction, and today we got some more Ren in the building. Now this is Money Game. Now listen, shout out to the Renegade pulling up. Y'all said my application was accepted into the Hall of Renegades. But before I do that, before I walk down that aisle, I want to at least do 3 songs, okay? Because I feel like y'all are very welcoming, which I appreciate. But I also want to know I earned my badges, okay? I want to earn my badges in here, all right? So a lot of people, they commented, they were like, Ren does a lot of series, and Money Game was one of the series. Now I know he dropped a song like 2 days ago or yesterday, and it was called Vincent's Tale. But shout out to the Renegade. Y'all are the ones who told me that he has like a series with the like name, insert name, tales, and I need to do them in order. So I'm gonna need y'all to let me know which order I should go in. That's the only reason I didn't react to it, because I didn't want to jump further into a story when I need to start from the beginning. I told y'all I'm earning my badges. But before we hop into this, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. And let's get it.
It's a strange time we're living in. Bull can put fear in. Hierarchy parties, they make us feel inferior. Greed runs through parliament interiors. Devils walk among us, they fit the criteria. Eerie theory, stripe, fearing, weary-minded men when we're clearly living in dictatorships. Nearly blinded by illusions to choose who's fooling who. A pull chain to your shoes, I'm pain. It's a crying shame. The pursuit of our own wealth lights a flame that makes greed a game. The less
I told y'all when we did hiring, I told y'all, listen, we all create a person at the beginning of our journey, whatever journey we're about to go down, that inspires you to go down that road. And everybody's isn't money. Some people's is like less fleeting things, like real tangible, like I want to help people. Really, I think it all starts at, we want the world to be better. I feel like at the beginning of everybody's journey, everybody just wants the world to be better, because if the world's better, you feel better, right? But then there's a fork in the road. Do I take the money? Do I keep the community? And I feel like a lot of people take the money and they go down that path. So he's like, yo, the money, the wealth, chasing your wealth is what lit the flame.
this whole shame. The pursuit of our own wealth lights a flame that makes greed a game that lets this whole world burn. As the world turns, the whole world burns. But money was invented for trade, but now those bits of paper twist hearts, make slaves, turns a saint into a sinner, a child into a killer. His finger on the trigger of a money game.
Yeah.
Oh, rain, 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 rain. A storm it comes our way, and those who rise through distorted lies, poison in the veins. But we like to point the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame, but point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this old money game.
When he said the kid got his hand on the trigger of the money game, this is what I tell my friends. Like all my friends who be like, I'm around some people who want to do successful things. And sometimes they be like, yo, I want to make this amount of money. And I'm like, but why? Why is that amount in your head what you think you need to make? Why? And most people, it's just an astronomical number that they think would remove all of their problems, which isn't the case. But I think what people need to take into consideration is the decisions that you're going to have to make on the way to that money, right? I'm not saying there aren't decisions you can make and make it to that money and not have compromised the moral values that you wanted to keep, right? But some people, if at first you make it about the money, right, you're going to start to make decisions based on keeping the money instead of growing your impact, right? Which will actually make the money more fulfilling. This brother's cooking.
Stop.
Slap my man's up. Oh, no, no, no.
Dear Mr. President, it's evident that everyone's a resident of fear when they support these ideas to keep us separate, when they make us believe that everybody is coming to terrorize you in the streets. They say badly through gritted teeth, that's my right to hate, that's freedom of speech. But when did freedom become a reason to hate, a way to justify a racist slur or insult we make? There's an irony in freedom, cause us in the West, we have pillaged and plundered the murder that savages colonized all of the rest. That's called hypocrisy. Preach a certain value that you know.
It's cooking. Oh my God.
Justify a racist slur. But when did freedom become a reason to hate, a way to justify a racist slur or insult we make?
People feel like with others gaining freedom that they're losing freedom. That's just, I do not understand that at all, bro. There is enough resources in this world to go around. And instead of us trying to hog them and keep them from other people, let's come up with like some human assembly line that'll make sure the resources reach everybody, right? And some people, they'll convince you that that's what they're trying to do. So they take the resource out your hand. Don't worry, I'm going to get this where it needs to go.
Dear Mr. President, it's evident that everyone's a resident of fear when they support these ideas to keep us separate, when they make us believe that everybody is coming to terrorize you in the streets. They say badly through gritted teeth, that's my right to hate, that's freedom of speech.
I have the right to hate. That's the freedom of, bro, that is insanity. I get joking is one thing. Everybody has like jokes. But the thing about a joke is, if I make a joke about somebody, if I make a joke about my fiance, I'm going to use something at home. If I make a joke about my fiance and she says, what'd you say? I'm like, no, I was joking. You know what I'm saying? If you took it the wrong way, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. It was a joke for us to laugh. That's how you clarify a joke, right? But a lot of these people, they'll hide behind, yo, I'm just joking. But then when you tell them to clarify what they actually believe, it's actually really them actually hating other people. Why? Like, but then again, like sometimes you just got to look in the mirror. And when you look in the mirror and you say, you know what? I like who I see in the mirror. You're going to see that mirror everywhere you go. You're going to see that mirror in other people. If you like what you see in the mirror, you're probably going to like people when you see them. You're going to assume the best in others. But that also lets you know people who walk around hating people, that lets you know what they see in the mirror. Because that's what they're looking for everywhere they go. Something to hate. Because that's what they see in the mirror. I'm sorry. Hope you get better.
But when did freedom become a reason to hate, a way to justify a racist slur or insult we make? There's an irony in freedom, cause us in the West, we have pillaged and plundered the murder that savages colonized all of the rest. That's called hypocrisy. Preach a certain value that you never keep yourselves. Your country was in flames, you denigrate yourselves in a second. Still you spit your venom, demonizing immigrants when really you're the immigrant. Cause all of us are immigrants or descended from immigrants. Irony is imminent, I'll shed the light on immigrants. America was colonized by Britain. Britain, it was colonized by Rome. and also colonised by the Saxons. They were German,
He's
by the way.
cooking.
You know how people throw shade upon the Germans because of history's pain, and yet we make the same mistakes all again. Demonise a whole people, Jewish or Muslim, the same and the same. Old situations play on repeat. The same old TV shows repeat. Yeah, we worship the bleak. Our opinion.
I don't even know what just happened to my camera. Smack the table, camera turned off. All right? Bro. Listen, I did not know what I was getting into. I had no clue. I got one comment that said, yo, Holla, you trusted me about Dermot Kennedy. Listen to Ren. All right? Y'all can go find that comment in my comment section. Y'all can thank him we here today. Because I am, okay? I'm thanking him. Bro, listen. This is the type of stuff people need to actually talk about. Especially those the people who he's talking to, they need to listen to this and they need to take notes, okay? They need to take notes on everything he said, and I want to see them regurgitate it, okay? I want to see them regurgitate what they think he said and if they think it's true or not, okay? And if it's true, then let's proceed to the root of your hatred, okay? And most people's root of their hatred is a way for them to validate their existence that they have been taught has been intruded by someone else's, okay? So when he talks about, yo, America was colonized by, but that was colonized by, which is, and these people, they kind of,
Are our own and we follow like sheep. There's no left, there's no right. In the middle we sleep. Rain, 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 rain. A storm it comes our way. And those who rise through distorted lies, poison in the veins. But we'd like to point the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame, but point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game.
is he about to put the rope up? I was making sure there was some more left. I ain't ready for it to be over.
This old money game.
Hold on, those eyes weren't there before, right? Hold on, we gotta look. I don't remember them eyes being there. Yeah, okay, so the eyes weren't there.
Money game.
Gasoline. About to talk to us? Bruh, I wasn't ready. ready, bro. I wasn't ready. I was not ready for the song to end. I wanted more. Nah, this, bro. This is why music is important, all right? But I also feel like the person who was blinded, you know what's crazy, bro? This is my perspective, right? And I could be wrong, but art is to be interpreted, okay? I feel like, right, the person in the seat was like the person blinded by the stories of what's going on that keeps singing the same song of hatred, right? And like he picked up the bat, he was going to beat him with the bat. But if I beat him with the bat, I'm just like him, right? But then in the beginning of the song, he was like, it all goes up in flames, right? The world goes up in flames and all of this stuff, okay? And I feel like he was like, yo, if I burn it, it'll go away. Because the money is just a sheet of paper. We burn all the money, all the problems go away, right? But there's already the idea of like this give and take system. We trade things, right? So he was like, yo, if I burn them, no, first he put the eyeballs on. And it's like, once you put the eyeballs on a blind person, they're still blind to the fact. Like, to you, you gave them the information that you feel like will help them see, but they didn't do nothing with it. They're still blind. And they're singing the same song of hatred. So he's like, yo, maybe we have to get like, burn it, get rid of it. Then he's like, nah, I can't do that. Maybe I should just like become the you could say like martyr for this message, right? But when you think about the people who sing the song of hatred, they feel like they're doing the same thing, right? They feel like that story that they bought, that was sold to them to keep people divided, right? That same story is they feel like they're the martyr for. Like when he got the baseball bat and he started clanking it up against the fence, the person kept singing the song. A normal person would hear that baseball bat and think like, yo, I'm about to become Glenn from The Walking Dead. I'm about to get that Abraham treatment. Okay? That's what they would think. They would probably stop singing like, yo. But this is why I talk about people with jokes. Because a normal person, that's what they would do. They would put down the guitar, hey, I hear that bat, buddy. It wasn't that deep. It was a joke. But he kept playing the song, right? And you know he opened up the gasoline, the only time he stopped playing it is when he forced them, right? But force is also the thing that people did in the past to get what they wanted out of people. So it's almost like this catch-22 of like, do I use force to get what I want and become just like them? Or do I like submit and let the message live on of what I did of, you know, being that martyr type person, and the message lives on to inspire people to do what I think is right, not by forcing the people who I think is wrong out the picture. Hopefully enough inspiration will guide everybody to what I like, the way I think things should be. But at the end of the day, the person who's hating, that's playing the guitar, they getting money for what they do too. So it's like, there's people online that get money. They call, now people even hide behind the term, I was rage baiting. But then you ask them to clarify, these are things they really feel. No, you aren't rage baiting. You really feel like this. But they do it for the money. They're going to act like they don't. And then that's why I don't like, I don't even want to get into it. Listen, yo, Ren, Money Gang 2 on the way. I need it. Listen, I know y'all approved the application. I applaud y'all for that. Appreciate it, okay? But we got one more before I really feel like I earned it. Okay. I feel like my breakdown on this one was pretty decent. There was a lot. And I like how much thought he put into his videos. I like that the videos ain't just 2 minutes cut off. Let me run the bag up. He really putting a message in there for people. All right. And I think people should talk about it a little bit more. But look, y'all like, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. And until the next time I see y'all.